One, two, three, four, five, six. Okay, hello, internet world. This is Norma Joe. Back with some more Mspnomeruwef. Alright, let's get into it. Fox sips the wine. I have a drink of my own here, too. Oh, Bouncing Betty. What a naughty, naughty girl you are. He watches them for all of like 5 seconds and then he gets bored and clicks the next one. Yeah, you ever had that experience when you're watching porn? Because I sure as hell do. Where it's like you go on these porn sites and then, but if you put your finger over the, like thumbnail, it just kind of moves on its own and you get like about like maybe 4 or 5 seconds of it and then you're just like, yeah, I'm good. Okay, next one. Fox. My dear chubby Frank, off the sauce, are you? What a liar. He chuckles quietly to himself as he finishes off the glass of wine. As he goes to pour a new glass, he suddenly sees something which catches his attention. He looks quickly back to the screen, looking closely. In one of the webcams, he can see the bedroom is empty, but the dresser drawers are quietly opening on their own. Fox murmurs, "What in the world?" He squints and watches close. The clothes rustle in the drawers, and then the drawers close again. Fox voiceover. I knew then that I was dealing with something truly unusual. Some form of paranormal activity I had never encountered before in all my years. The very next night, and for nights afterwards, I waited and watched, observing the actions of this strange apparition. Cut to a different night where Fox is once again in bed watching the webcams, but this time he's up and alert, with his sword across his lap, sharpening it. Fox voiceover. I stalked the apparition, keeping track of the paranormal happenings, biding my time, until the right time. He starts to sound distracted. I guess that was supposed to be like, until the right time. I guess something like that. He starts to sound distracted. He laughs suddenly, sounding slightly embarrassed. Fox, in the flashback, pauses in sharpening his sword and looks at the camera like, are we having technical difficulties? Fox, voiceover, laughs quietly. What was I saying? Exit flashback. Fox is sitting in the circle, laughing quietly into his hand. He looks suddenly at Nada, with his eyes a little pink. Fox, Nada, what have you done to me? Then Bagel starts laughing. Cutter, what? What's so funny? Bagel, repeating, what have you done to me? It's just the way he said it. Gina, playfully, oh my god, you guys are so high. Haha. She puts some hair in front of her face. Me too. Essie, rubbing his arms, squints. The light sucks in here. Man, I would really like to go for a walk right now. A long one. That's how I was when I used to get stoned. Nada sits back calmly and blows smoke out of his nose smoothly. How about a drive, my friend? Essie looks at him with big, half-vacant eyes. Yeah. He nods. Yeah, I think I'd like that. Ishmael, let's go swimming. Cutter, getting excited too. There's a river not far from here. Bagel, yeah, let's go. Gina, I'll get booze. She runs off towards the kitchen as everyone excitedly scatters off in every direction. Cutter, still tied up. Hey, don't leave me. Vicky comes hurrying back and kneels down to untie him. As soon as he gets free, they both run off. Everyone rushes into the kitchen to get hammered. Well, except Nada. He just stands in the doorway watching, because he's a good driver. Haha. Oh yeah, and except for Vicky, who can be seen drinking a 7-Up. Vicky, laughing a little, blushing. I've gone mad. He drinks the soda. Cutter appears in the kitchen, now fully dressed, with a long leather jacket all buttoned up and a ski mask, a scarf, and sunglasses. Cutter leans on the kitchen counter beside Bagel. Hey, puppy mate, pour me a splash of that scotch, would you? Bagel, yeah, sure thing. He puts down the small bottle he's sipping from and goes to get out a glass. While he's doing that, Cutter swipes the bottle and starts drinking from it. Bagel, hey! Cutter, haha, don't worry, pup. I saved a bit for you. He pours some in the glass. Bagel shrugs it off and drinks it. Alright, let's drink too. Bagel, That's a cool outfit you got on. Cutter, thank you. I assembled it from a few of the rooms here. Bagel, oh, you mean like you stole it? Cutter, and what's the matter? That's a matter of word choice. Besides, I haven't got clothes of my own at the moment, and I can't stand drinking while naked. Bagel, really? How come? I love drinking naked. Maybe I should do that. I need OnlyFans for that. Actually, you know what? I actually wouldn't mind having an OnlyFans if I just did shit like that, like just drinking naked, stuff like that, stuff that's chill. It's nothing like, oh, I'm a slave girl or some shit like that. It's just chill shit, I wouldn't mind that. Cutter, haha. Well, it's all well and good for you. Your pretty little body ain't more see-through than a pane of glass. I tell you, it's a right pain in the ass. He pokes Bagel in the ribs and makes him squirm. Bagel, hee. I still kind of don't get it. Cutter gives him... You know what? I realize I never give Tom a southern accent. Does he have a southern accent in the movie? I don't remember. And I don't have the movie here with me. Bagel, ee. I still kind of don't get it. Cutter gives him a kind of look. When I drink or eat, you can see it for a time through my see-through body. Not exactly very charming. That's kind of weird. Like, at what point does it break down and become invisible like him? It's like questions. Bagel, ooh, nods in understanding. What about when you poop? Cutter puts the bottle down. There's a long and awkward silence. Extraordinarily awkward. Just then, Vicky comes running up. Vicky, giggling shyly. Oh my, I think I might be wasted. Bagel, cool. Vicky, I know! I'm so sugar high. He whispers. It's so naughty of me. I'm a bit ashamed, almost. Cutter, dry and sarcastically. I'm sure the Lord will find it in his everlasting grace to forgive you for your horrendous sins of pleasure. Vicky, not realizing he's joking. I sure hope so. I'm still a good man on the inside. He reaches over and tickles Bagel, making him squirm again. Everyone likes tickling this bitch, but I like tickling my nieces. But then again, they are 3, and this guy's 29, but it's the same vibe, I guess. Vicky, quickly takes his hands back. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to harm you. Bagel, no, it was fine. It was good. Vicky, really? I never quite know when it's appropriate and all, touching. Yeah, that's relatable to all us millennials. And Zoomers too, I assume. Bagel, oh, it's fine. Touch me here. He grabs Vicky's hand and puts it so Vicky, is touching him, Bagel, on the back of the shoulders. Ugh, man, I would love a massage on the back of my shoulders. Driving, because I drive like this. Oh my god, I remember a story I was gonna tell. Okay, it's good that I said that because I remember this story I was gonna fucking tell. Today I was driving, I was working, I was trying to get some Instacart orders. And I was in this crowded road, and there was this place in the road that said, like, do not block or whatever. So it was like I was being good and not blocking it. And it's because it was in front of this gas station where, people are trying to come out and shit. And I saw this guy, and he was like, he had just come out of the gas station, and he was trying to get on the road, but it was a red light, so he couldn't do it yet. And I saw him, and I was like, he kind of reminds me of myself. Like, we're of the same ilk, It's like, he was kind of dressed like how I would dress, and he was just very, like, down to earth, and he had the thing that sold me was, like, his grip on the steering wheel was the same as mine. Like, when I'm getting really intense and shit, and I, like, have to go through traffic, like, I grip the steering wheel like this, and I, like, lean forward, and I'm like, I'm ready to do it. Like, he looked the same as that, so I was like, oh, kindred spirit, So I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna let this guy go first, because sometimes I'm an asshole when I drive, and when people are trying to come, like, out of parking lots and shit like that, like, sometimes I cut them off, because I'm just like, no, it's me. It's me. You ain't gonna get through here first. I get to go first, I'm just an asshole sometimes. But, it's a cutthroat world out there on the road. But, anyways, I was like, I'm gonna let this guy go first, because the red light was taking fucking forever. And I was like, when the green light comes up, I'm gonna let him go first because I'm just gonna be nice, you know? I'm not gonna fucking fight him for the spot. It's gonna be fine because he's my bro or whatever. He's part of my ilk, you know? It's so rare that I find someone who's really like, everyone's either too far to the right or too far to the left, you know, to put it bluntly, and it's just like, it's hard to find someone who's like me, you know, and stuff, so I'm like, I'm gonna let him go first. And so anyways, the light turns green, he goes first, and then he turns to me, and keep in mind, I had sunglasses on, so he shouldn't have been able to tell the hell that I was looking at him, because my face was facing straight forward, but I was just going like I was looking over to the side to him, but he shouldn't have been able to tell because I had sunglasses. But anyway, he pulls out on the road, he looks dead in my eyes, like he turns towards me, looks me through my windshield, and he goes like, and I'm just like, fuck you, motherfucker. Like, what the fuck is that? Like, don't flick your tongue at me, bitch. Like, what the fuck was that shit? I try to be nice. That's why you can never do nice things. That's why you can never be nice. And you have to be an asshole at all times. And unless it's to somebody who you're already friends or family with. Because this world sucks. Why? This is why we cannot find love. This is why we cannot have nice things. You know, unless we're complete normies or some shit. They get everything. Because normies get everything. That center of the bell curve motherfuckers. But anyways, yeah, I'm just like, bro, I let that happen. How dare you? How dare you flick your tongue at me, Uncle Frank? How fucking dare you, you bastard? I was trying to be nice because I saw you as a brother to me. And you gotta do that fucking, like, I got over on you, bitch. It's like, fuck you, motherfucker. Ugh. That's why you can never be nice. Ever. Anyways, where was I? Okay, he grabs Vicky's hand and puts it so Vicky is touching him, Bagel, on the back of the shoulders. Vicky scratches him a little on that spot, and Bagel gets all melty. See, isn't that everybody's dream, to just have somebody that's like, no, I enjoy being touched, and then they, like, literally grab your hands and tell you what to do, so you don't have to even think about it. They're just like, touch me like this, and they're happy about it no matter what. That's like everybody's fucking dream. Oh, I don't know. Bagel, oh, yeah. He sticks his tongue out through his teeth, and starts patting his hand repetitively on the kitchen counter. Like a dog, you know. Cutter busts out laughing. Cutter, haha! I may like you gits after all. Meanwhile, about 5 feet away. Gina, woo! All this smoking and drinking is making me hot. Oh man, back in my party days, man. If only I was 20-something again. I might have to start lying about my age pretty soon. I'm like, I look like I could be 25, right? I look 25, right? In a certain angle, as long as I'm not, like, making a face that shows too many of my creases. Like, I can pass for 25, right? So I'm like, I gotta start lying about my age. Or some shit. Only to strangers, though. I don't know. I want to see if clubs are open. I don't know. She opens a random drawer of the kitchen cabinets and pulls out a pair of scissors that just happen to be there. We have scissors in our kitchen. I just fucking organized everything. She cuts the front of her t-shirt open down to the bra, so now it's like a low-cut t-shirt. She puts the scissors away. Gina fans out her shirt. Whew. Much better. She looks around, seeking mischief. She sees Essie. See, I must have been smoking weed because I just felt so elated right now. And I was just like, let me have them have an idealistic, like, party scene that's like Garden of Eden. Everybody has a good time. She sees Essie all stoned, holding a spoon and staring into it at his reflection. That must have been something I did at some point. He moves it slowly forwards and back, looking at how the reflection changes. Oh yeah, that is pretty cool, though. If you have a spoon and you, like, do this with it, you can literally see the point at which your reflection switches from being upside down to right side up or whatever the fuck because of the convection curve and all that shit. It's really cool. Essie murmurs to himself. Fascinating. Gina leans on the counter near him abruptly. Hello, old man. How about a drink? Essie looks up distracted and puts the spoon down. Huh? Oh, sure, I guess. Thank you. Gina smiles mischievously. What'll it be? What do you think it's gonna be, baby? This is Sean Connery we're talking about. Essie. Gina cuts him off. How about a dry martini, huh? Gina pulls the alcohol in a glass towards her and starts mixing it up. Essie, will you join me? Gina pauses for a moment and looks at him. Then she smiles and nods. She pulls the second cup down and starts making the drinks again. Gina, will you hand me that jar of olives? He hands it to her. Gina, as she opens the jar, I love a good Oliver too with a strong drink. It really pulls it all together. She pops open the jar lid. A little of the oil gets on her hand and she licks it off. Gina, clumsy me. Essie raises an... Yeah, this whole scene is just an ode to, like, feeling good, which is cool, you know? Essie raises an eyebrow. She takes out one of... It's like one of those, There's, like, this statue in the... Because the good thing about San Francisco is that there's a bunch of museums. And one of the museums has this... All the museums kind of have statues in front. But this one museum has this one statue in front that's, like... I don't know. It's like an ode to Dionysus. I forgot what the name of it is, but it's basically an ode to Dionysus. It's just, like, this... It's, like, a Greek-style... like, statue, and it's, like, basically just this big old wine vessel, you know, like, it's huge, it's, like, I don't know, 8 feet tall or something like that. It's basically, like, this big old wine vessel, and then around the sides of the wine are, like, all these, like, cherubs and fairies and satyrs, and they're all partying, and they're all, like, kissing animals, and they're all, like, naked, and they're all, like, drinking, and they're all, like, high, and they're all, like, just, it's just a big party, you know, it's a big, like, pleasure fest, and I love that. I love that statue so much. I'm just like, ugh. It's nice to celebrate pleasure sometimes, you know? Especially when everything's going to shit. Which honestly has been going on for, like, probably, like, 5,000 years. So, you know, whatever. Everything is great and everything is horrible at the same time. It's kind of what you gotta realize. Anyways, where was I? She takes out one of the olives. She pauses and gives Essie the mischievous side eye. She then turns towards him and drops it into her bra. Gina, obviously doing it on purpose. Oops, slippery fingers. Essie gives her a look. Gina, would you mind getting it for me? Essie, what kind of a man do you take me for? Gina smiles and rolls her eyes. Oh, she wouldn't laugh like that. I just did that because I was drunk, sorry. Maybe she would laugh more like that. Well, up until a minute ago, I took you for a man who likes to have a little fun. She starts laughing kind of derisively at him. He gives her another look like, what the fuck is so funny? Then he gets a little adventurous, slight smile like, well, you asked for it. He rushes her suddenly and grabs her torso in a hug while he buries his face in her cleavage and digs like hell for the olive in a primal display. Gina starts screaming and laughing in excitement as speed metal music plays in the background. Her screaming and laughing and the fast music blend into everyone screaming and laughing, and the radio turned up full blast as they all speed along down the road in Nada's station wagon. Ooh! Nada leans out the driver's side window and gives the smile and nod to Ishmael, who is sophisticatedly driving Gina's car with some of the harem boys in the back. I imagine Gina to drive, like, either a black, gray, or brown Toyota Camry from, like, 1994. Bagel, with his head out the window and the wind blowing his hair back. Woo! I'm king of the world! I could see Shane West doing that. Cutter mutters to himself, more like a queen. Suddenly a truck goes past and blares the horn at them. Vicky frantically yanks Bagel back into the car and holds onto him tightly. Oh no, pop-ups. Fuck pop-ups. Vicky, breathing hard and caressing Bagel. I thought I'd lost you for a moment. Bagel tries to loosen Vicky's grip. Can't breathe. Cutter, prying Vicky's fingers loose. Come on, Victor, corset hands. You're smothering the poor beast. Cutter and Bagel pull on his hands until finally Vicky snaps to his senses and loosens his grip. Bagel puts a hand on his chest and catches his breath. Bagel, wow. Suddenly, Nada pulls up the station wagon in front of his place and parks the car. He cuts off the radio and pulls the keys out of the ignition. Everyone loudly, "Aww!" Nada, don't worry, as he gets out of the car. We're only just beginning. But for a voyage like this, we need a sturdier vehicle. Fox, now dressed in business casual clothes, with a small knowing smile. Un viaje sin sorpresas no es nada, verdad, Nada? Nada glances back over his shoulder and smiles back. For dead, mi Zora Linda. Is Zora okay? From Tales from the Crypt, supposedly Zora is like their version of cunt because you know like how Peta is like a female dog, so it's like bitch, you know, but Zora is a female fox, so it's like cunt. I guess like a clever bitch, you know. I don't know what's going on, or a trickster bitch. I don't know what's going on with that, but supposedly that's what it means. I don't know if that shit is true, but either way, Dorian slash Fox is associated with that animal, so, you know. Anyways, he motions to everyone to get out of the car, and they all begin climbing out reluctantly. Nada laughs like Santa Claus. Don't look so glum. Oh, look, it's 20 minutes.